Okay, the Detroit Lions are one of the teams reportedly interested in Trey Lance. San Francisco 49ers are receiving multiple inquiries into a trade for Trey Lance. If you remember, Brock Purdy played great, got injured. And it's like, look, if he was healthy, he is QB1 in San Francisco. Crazy, right? So Trey Lance, not necessarily has done anything wrong, but you've got Garoppolo, who's just played really well and he couldn't really get on the field. And then next thing you know, Garoppolo's hurt, but then Trey Lance is hurt. And it's like, well, just throw in Brock Purdy and he's great. And so I don't think it's Trey Lance is terrible. It's just he's had these other quarterbacks be good around him. So remember, he's the third overall pick. He's big, strong. He's got a lot of good things going for him, just hasn't had a chance to get on the field. And so for the Lions, it makes a lot of sense if you can grab him for the right price. So we're going to take a look at what that price would be. And should we get Trey Lance or just go draft somebody? Like forget Trey Lance, forget trying to give up picks to go get a Trey Lance. Why don't we just use our fourth round pick on a quarterback? Right? That's kind of where it's at for me. So here's what's interesting, a little interesting nugget, Pride of Detroit all over it. Brad Holmes had interest in Trey Lance during the 2021 draft. Now, ultimately, we took Penei Sewell, 7 overall. We weren't in a position to take him, but it was something like, hey, kind of, maybe, I don't know. Looking at him, if he falls, we'll take a look, but never materialized, and he was gone. So it's something that is kind of interesting. Now, here's something that's even better. He'll be cheap for the next 2 years. So he is on an affordable rookie deal that won't carry any heavy signing bonus. His salaries are really, really small, and it's not bad at all. So in other words, he'll cost just north of $9 million over the next 2 seasons. So for a backup, that's kind of right in line. For a starter, that's outstanding. Now, I'm a Goff fan. I think we're all just like we're a Goff fan, but we also have to prepare for Goff. Just saying, yo, I mean, how much 40 million, 50 million? You're like, what could he say? Another great year. And he could say that. And you'd have to give it to him if you're the Lions if you want to keep him around. Otherwise, he's gone. And there's teams dying for quarterbacks. Literally, there's about 10 teams a year. It's like, we don't have a quarterback and we cannot win. Look at the Colts. They can't get it. They just can't get it over ever since Andrew Luck retired. It's hard. It's a very difficult position. We're lucky to have Goff, but you just always got to be preparing for that. And you need a couple of quarterbacks. And we have had Goff, and then it's just been nothing. So want to make sure we're somewhat prepared. And I like this. You add competition and you add potential. I've always said in that backup, you want just a solid veteran guy like a Fitzpatrick or somebody with some upside, something. We had so many these last couple of years, we have had neither. And so now, hey, look, we're at some competition, but by no means is he a rock solid. Trey Lance is just the stud quarterback. He's the starter. Nobody thinks that. Instead, it's like, hey, let's give an opportunity and get him in there. So I don't know if I said it before, but it's Ian Rappaport that's reporting, hey, the people are making calls. They're inquiries about Trey Lance and what would it cost? Now, I think it truly would cost a 4th round pick. The reason I say it's not higher is because he really just hasn't played. And the fact that, hey, man, if this guy's so good and every team is saying, hey, he's so good, he would have played. But Brock Purdy goes right in. Brock Purdy plays great and beats him out. And they know San Francisco's not going to play him. He's not their Brock Purdy's number 1, but he's injured going into the season, so Trey Lance might play, so that might require more picks or higher picks to get it done. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on, do you get a quarterback like Trey Lance, or do you just use your 4th round pick on another quarterback and don't even worry about it? I like trust in Brad Holmes, even though trust was shaken a little bit, Brad. Trust was shaken with this Jameson stuff because Jameson Williams. Oh, I'm sorry. You tuned into a QB video and now we're talking Jameson Williams, but we've just been saying benefit of the doubt, right? We've been giving Brad Holmes, trust in Brad Holmes, which we absolutely could. Only bad pick was probably Levi, who had a bad back there for a minute. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not. Can't really help injuries, but the character attitude stuff, I mean, you could see it a mile away, but it's like, no, trusting Brad Holmes with Jameson, trusting him. And now it's coming out and it's not good. So the betting, the gambling, everything like that, check out the videos on that. Reminder, Craig and I are going live for the NFL draft. Make sure you join us. Join us, get the TV going with the NFL draft, get us on another computer or your phone and just tune in, ask questions. We'll be answering all kinds of questions, as many questions as we can possibly answer. Super interactive and have a lot of fun with it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next